Ready? Okay. Hi, my name is Susan. Have you guys ever held yourself back from buying something you really wanted because you decided you might need to start saving because there aren't a lot of money? Well, you're scared that in the future you might need the money that you spent. Well, you've experienced consumer anxiety. Personally, I used to work in a retail place for 2 years, and I've seen how customers decide they don't want to buy something and how it impacts our business. So I've looked up why consumers do this and how it impacts our economy as a whole. Today I'll talk about exactly what consumer anxiety is, its causes and its effects. Well, consumer anxiety is the lack of customers' confidence to make a purchase. According to anxietyculture.com, an extreme example would be if people were too scared to buy anything that they need, anything that is not what they need. So if they maybe like an extra bag or extra jacket, they wouldn't buy it. Julie Johnson of Rochester, Minnesota is a good example of our typical a typical customer with consumer anxiety, and she quotes she's going to cut back on buying clothes and other luxuries. The causes of consumer anxiety, one of them is an increase in unemployment. John Stanford, director of Community Research Institute at Indiana University, Purdue University, Fort Wayne, has said that the unemployment atmosphere around us has caused people to be more cautious because they're scared that they might lose their own job because everyone else is. It's almost like crime rates. When crime rates go up, everyone gets more cautious about their own safety in case, they might get jumped or hurt. Henry S. Farber, he's an economic professor at Princeton, has said that people who were laid off and were rehired, they often only get 85% of what they used to make. So people are more cautious. They want to keep their current jobs. They have their benefits with it. And another cause of the consumer anxiety is increased interest rates. Matthew Benjamin from International Herald Tribune says that consumers stop borrowing money when the interest rates go up and because they have less money to spend. And he's also reported that credit borrowing was 10% back in 2003 and went down to 2% in 2005. So that's a lot less money in the economy. So we've seen the causes, and now we will move on to the effects of it. Well, one of the effects is less spending, and as you can see, remember Johnson from the beginning, she decides she's not going to buy anything she doesn't need. And Benjamin has says that consumer spending accounts for 70% of economic activity. So if there were collective consumers who decide they don't want to buy anything extra, it would really hurt the economy severely. And another effect is the unemployment rate would increase even further. According to Bureau of Labor Statistics, in January 2008 to currently, the unemployment rate has increased by 5%. And Census Bureau says that since the beginning of the recession, the overall income has dropped by 10%. According to Gordon W. Green Jr. and John F. Cotter, who did monthly census surveys, and they concluded the average household, depending on their racial background, their average income would drop by 6.5% to 9% from 2009 to 2011. There's one of the other ones is another impact is company bankruptcy. So Ted Evanoff, a business reporter from the Commercial Appeal, has said that 1/3 of the factories has closed since 1998, and that cost 5.6 million jobs. And Alan Tonelson, the senior researcher of U.S. Business and Industry Council, has said that 13 million people have been laid off. So in conclusion, we've talked about what consumer anxiety is, some of its causes and some of its effects. If you look at the chart, you can see that unemployment stands on both sides. Because of this, what appears to be a small question whether or not you guys want to buy something actually has a really large impact on the economy. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Next, we have everyone's gone? All right, we have to go to group one real quickly.